Have you ever tried to convert a date string in Java only to be met with an error message that leaves you scratching your head? If that's you, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to tackle the issue of converting a string to offset date time in Java. I totally understand how frustrating it can be when you're working on your code and suddenly an error pops up out of nowhere. You're not alone in this. Many developers face similar challenges when dealing with date and time conversions in Java. Let's dive into the specific question at hand. One user recently asked, "Why am I getting a date-time parse exception when trying to convert the string 2015-0101 to offset datetime?" They provided their code, which looks like this: OffsetDateTime.parse 250.0101 datetime formatter.of pattern YYYMMD. Sound familiar? Let's figure this out together. So what's going wrong here? The error message indicates that the string cannot be parsed into an offset date time. This usually happens because the string format does not include the necessary offset information. We'll break this down step by step. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a quick tip that will help you avoid similar issues in the future. To convert a string to an offset date time in Java, the user first needs to ensure that the string includes both the date and the offset information. The current string format only contains the date. Next, the user should modify the string to include the offset. For example, they can append a time and an offset to the string, like this: 2050.01 T plus 001. This format includes the date, time, and offset. Now, the user can use the OffsetDateTime.parse method with the updated string. This will correctly parse the string into an offset datetime object. Finally, the user can verify the output by printing the OffsetDateTime object. This will show the date and time along with the offset. Fun fact: did you know that Java's date and time API was completely revamped in Java 8? It's now much more user-friendly, but it still has its quirks. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user shares an alternative approach for converting a string to offset datetime in Java. They initially used Jota datetime, but decided to switch to Java 8 libraries. They suggest using local date for parsing the string and then formatting it to the desired output. That's the end of that answer. Let's see another perspective. An alternative solution suggests using local date instead of offset date time. Since you only need to parse the date without any time or offset, local date is more appropriate for your case. Let's check out another perspective from a different user. An alternative approach to converting a string to offset date time involves using a time zone. First, select a time zone, like UTC. Then, parse your date string into a local date time. After that, retrieve the offset for your time zone based on the local date time. Finally, create the offset date time using both the local date time and the offset. Here's a quick tip. Always ensure your date strings include the necessary time and offset information when working with offset date time. This will save you a lot of headaches down the line. And there you have it. You should now be able to convert your string to offset date time without any issues. Remember, understanding the format is key. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more coding tips and tricks.